Listen, your brain is lying to you right now, in this very second. It's weaving a story to protect the one thing that is killing you: comfort. You think you're waiting for motivation, but motivation is a coward. It only shows up when the sun is shining and the work is already done. You've become a slave to a feeling, a transient flickering emotion that dictates the architecture of your entire life. If you only move when you feel like it, you're not the captain of your ship. You're just debris floating in the ocean, waiting for the tide to stop. Think about the version of you that could exist, the one who doesn't ask permission from their mood. Today we aren't just talking about productivity, we're dismantling the neurological trap that has kept you small. We are rewiring your entire cognitive framework. Prepare to kill the version of you that relies on feelings. Look, you didn't choose this weakness, it was engineered. You've been fed a cognitive diet of instant gratification. Social programming has taught you that discomfort is a system error, that pain is to be avoided. This is the mental chain, a soft velvet prison. Your environment is designed to keep you in a state of reactive mediocrity. But here's the cold truth: your potential doesn't care about your current state. The architecture of greatness is built in the mud, in the dark. When the cognitive resistance is at its peak, you aren't broken. You're just programmed to be comfortable. It's time to delete the code. Every time you think "I don't feel like it," you're standing at a biological crossroads. This is the threshold. Your amygdala is screaming for safety because growth looks like danger to a primitive brain. But listen, that resistance is the compass. The moment you feel the most resistance is the exact moment the rewiring happens. If you retreat, you strengthen the neural pathway of cowardice. If you push, you forge a new circuit. A circuit of discipline. Don't wait for the resistance to fade, it never will. You must learn to operate while the alarm bells are ringing. Victory isn't the absence of reluctance, it's the total disregard for it. Act now, not because you're inspired, but because you're the master. You have an obsession with your current identity. You protect your lack of action by saying "that's just not who I am." Realize this: your identity is not a fixed statue, it's a narrative. You need to divorce the version of you that is tired or overwhelmed. Those aren't traits, they're just weather patterns. Do you stop building a house because it rains? Never. You must separate your self-worth from your temporary emotions. Discipline is the art of removing the I from the equation. It's not "I am running," it's the body is running. When you detach, you become an observer of your own weakness. You see laziness as a foreign object, an infection to be treated. Don't let a stranger drive your life. The hardest part isn't the work, it's the transition. Your brain is a massive engine. Think about this: a rocket uses 80% of its fuel just to leave the pad. Once it's in space, it glides. Your resistance is highest in the first 5 minutes. That's the cognitive tax, the toll you must pay to enter the state of flow. When you say "I don't feel like it," you're looking at the entire mountain. Stop. Look at the next inch. Momentum is a biological reality. Once the neurons start firing in a sequence, the resistance dies. You just need to move. The feeling of power doesn't precede the action, it follows it. The momentum is the reward for the agony of the start. The world doesn't owe you results because you struggled. Doing the work while you hate it is the price of entry. Ancient architecture was built to stand for centuries, not to look pretty for a season. You must adopt the same mindset. Stop negotiating with the universe. Stop asking if it will be easy. It won't. But the ease is not the point. The strength is. This is the essence of Stoicism, being the rock that the wave breaks against, whether the wave is tiredness or boredom. Every time you fold, you are literally shrinking your prefrontal cortex. You're surrendering your humanity to the animal brain. But every time you do it, especially when you don't feel like it, you're performing a surgical strike on your own weakness. If you can't control your own limbs when they feel heavy, you're a ghost in your own body, a passenger in a crashing vehicle. Discipline isn't a moral virtue, it's a neurological muscle. Train it or watch it wither. There is no middle ground. Look, the day will come when you can no longer act, when your body is truly broken and the light in your eyes fades. On that day, The version of you that could have been will stand over your bed. They will look at you with contempt. If you want to sleep in peace, you must live in war. War with your comfort. War with your excuses. Tomorrow is a lie. The only thing that is real is the work and the fact that you don't feel like doing it. Do it anyway. Because the version of you that waits for the perfect feeling is already dead. The question is, will you join them or finally wake up?